Good day. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your agriculture update, and this update is for Wednesday, and we are now at August 8th, 2020, about 3 p.m. Central Time. Well, in the ag markets, as you can see, it's been pretty quiet. That's really the right way to say things. I'm looking at a market in the corn that's down to 1.5, wheat down to 1. I like it down to 1, and soybeans up on the day 3/4. I'm moving to the July in the soybeans, and I'll move shortly in the wheat and the corn to that. I think you can do it now, though, in the beans and the meal, looking at the volume and the open interest. Interesting day also in the energy sector, as the market is hearing that Russia will commit to 1,600,000 barrels a day, but I don't know the conditions for that. So we have to wait and see. That came out of TASS, their media center. Stock market, a huge rally today as the market, I think, is looking at the idea that they at least now know that it's going to be Joe Biden versus President Trump, and you can choose whoever you want, but Mr. Sanders has backed away from that, and the market rallied on that news. At the same time, we're down a little bit in the metals. When you look at the soybeans, the things I had been talking about a while back when the market got under this 18-week average at the beginning of the year has held true. It gives the market a downside bias. When we take a look at the daily bar chart, well, you can see how the market is stalled again. The question is, are we going to get Chinese business? How much? What's the farmer going to do? We tomorrow get some planting numbers. We'll see what they're all about. But I'm assuming the farmer's going to plant again, like he always does, everything he can possibly do. Now, the USDA has also asked for another survey where they get an idea how many beans and corn and other crops were left in the fields last year. That will not be included in this report, as I understand it. As we take a look at how the market's done, well, it's a downtrend. We've got a pattern of lower highs, and I've marked off those highs with these zeros, and certainly a lower and low. If the market does not take out 854.25 and flips over 868, however, what would happen is you'd suddenly have higher lows, higher highs. So I always look to see what might be a pattern. I then run the moving averages on it. Now the number gets really interesting to me. Why? I'm looking at a market that's got lower highs, lower lows, fighting a battle at the 18-day average of closes. The seasonals at this time of the year point to the upside. So you've entered another phase in the market where they're often pointing to the upside, and that's what you're getting, that 868. If you clear it now, I think traders will get a bit bolder and try to see if they can get some duration to the upside in the market. Where might it go? Well, if it got over 868 and didn't keep falling back like it'd been doing here, well, I could be talking the $9 level. It's a Bollinger Band top. It's one of the objectives that could be there. In the meal market, the pattern's very similar. What I don't like is that the momentum here is pointing down. As we take a look at it, well, this is, I'm sorry, did I say meal? This is still soybeans. What I don't like in the last part of this, I said meal, I don't know why I saw that, is momentum is pointing down. I like when momentum leads the market if you're getting a new signal in the direction you're looking for it. These two are fighting each other. They're filtering out each other's trade. That's what I don't like. Here's the meal, and what I was thinking about is how the straight line down meal has gone. Now, it did pause today. Pause isn't a change of trend, and no matter what it does, it has a lot of resistance up here. But what's magically come back to life has been soy oil in a way. You can see how it's a better looking chart, but it too's overbought. Yesterday, it hit the Bollinger Band. My theory is the first time you hit a Bollinger Band, the trade, the pros, as I want to call them, they're taking money off the table. That money off the table doesn't mean all their position necessarily. You know, they'll decide. But when I see that hit, if you're a small trader, out you go. It's that simple. In the corn market, we're still in a very big downtrend. You just came off new lows for the market this week. You've got lower highs, lower lows, and the most bearish of my technical indicators is when the slow stochastic study locks in is an embedded reading. Embedded means it's going sideways under 80 for several days or more. That's exactly what's going on. So I'm looking at the 325.25 zone as a possible area of support. In the wheat, you have fallen back in this and the KC back to the 18-day average of closes. In this case, right even with the 100-day average. In order to negate the downtrend, you've got to get back over 361.75. And again, I'm looking at a market that the momentum's saying it wants to go down. It's just not closing under that 18-day average. If it does, and the 100, the bears grab control of the market. In the sugar market, what happened here, and you can see we had an embedded reading, and then the market right on this day, April 6th, lost that reading. It has stayed lost, and prices are drifting. In my theory, when you lose an embedded reading, price and the 18-day average should make a run at each other. I'm looking for that to happen literally right now, so we'll see what goes there. In the coffee, it's decided to just hang at this 18-day average of closes, not trending now, just whipping back and forth, not trying to put on a trend in any manner. In the cattle market, today's action was very important. You had a pattern of lower highs, lower lows. I had said last night, you're losing that embedded ability here at the market. You didn't embed, but you're losing the ability to embed. And if you clear 87.40, watch out. That's probably the end of this leg of the downtrend. That happened today. Where'd the market go? Right to the 18-day average. I call that the line in the sand for a reason. Markets often stop there as they try to decide what next, but they went back to neutral on that chart. In the hog market, it is still very much a market that has got problems about it. You have now lower highs. I should have taken this, I can take that and remove it. And with the settlement down this much in an outside day down, I'd put the down arrow right up there, and I just missed it. That means I've got lower highs, lower lows. If today's high is taken out Thursday, and unfortunately, we're not open, as you know, Friday for Good Friday, so it would be Monday. So Thursday or Friday, well, that would give me a signal that you've formed the bottom here, putting in play the 18-day average of closes. But until that happens, the bears are still controlling the market, but in a very oversold condition. As you can see, the stock market popped in the last few minutes, and now it's sinking back a little bit here, giving up about 150 points off the high. We write about all this all day long. We send out charts on it. I don't know if you know all the research that we put out all through this. And with the COVID-19 or not, our research staff, a computer's a computer. They're putting out a lot of data for you. And these are men with a lot of information to talk about. Our oral updates are sometimes as important as the written that we do. And if you have our charting software, you get to see right through it and hear what is going on. If you miss it, it's all in the media center. It'll play for you. We cover all these markets. As you know, I really cover the financials in a major fashion. So if you like to see what we do and you haven't had a chance to do it, this is your opportunity. Go to our website for our free offering. All you need to do is when you get there, go to, and you'll see it right away. It'll say free offerings in the bottom right. If you'd like to find out more, especially you grain traders, you know, I haven't been putting out these as often on my grains as I did on the others. There's a reason. It's not one of the more popular ones, and their spider videos have already got much more traction. I only have so many hours in a day, but I cover this in detail for my paid subscribers. I drop nothing. Every day we're there. It's going to take something to put me down where I can't do that. So every day I'm covering all these grains with buy and sell signals in detail. Meats, obviously, and all the softs. How do you get that? Go to our research area of our website. You'll see how you get involved in that. It's very inexpensive. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day. I will see you all tomorrow.